The Team, from the mind of Danny Boss. There are 4 couples that take a weekend getaway to the mountains, or so they think. Over 2 nights and 3 days, secrets are revealed and bonds are tested, and each character's perspective sheds light, chapter by chapter, on their relationship within their own team and the group dynamic, the team. The couples are Ethan and Maya, Ethan being an ambitious lawyer and struggling with work-life balance, Maya being a more free-spirited artist, feeling unseen in their relationship. Jordan and Camille. Jordan, he is a gym owner, charming but avoids vulnerability. Camille, a nurse that works way too much, emotionally intuitive, seeking a deeper connection. Lucas and Harper. Lucas is a tech entrepreneur and logical, but still emotionally distant. Harper, an event planner and a social, but a romantic, feels taken and granted for. And there leaves Noah and Elise. Noah is a teacher, dependable and empathetic, but quietly insecure. And Elise is a marketing exec, career-driven, and one who questions if she's chosen the right path of love. Chapter 1 is Ethan's point of view. They arrive at the cabin, and he looks at the group dynamics, and subtle tensions emerge. Chapter 2 is Maya's point of view, a focus of her longing for attention and freedom. Chapter 3 is Jordan, and as he hides his insecurity behind humor, and then starts noticing Camille pulling away. Chapter 4 is Camille's point of view. She reflects on her need for intimacy and emotional truth. By chapter 5, we look at Lucas' point of view. He's analytical, but cracks are showing in their relationship with Harper. In chapter 6, Harper's point of view. She questions if Lucas values her and begins to correct the fact that she connects with others. By chapter 7 is Noah's point of view, and he's self-reflective. He's struggling with the comparisons to be a successful friend, but also a successful partner to Elise. And by chapter 8, the final chapter, it is Elise's point of view. She faces a choice between her ambitions and her love with Noah. And it's a catalyst to the trip's climax and resolution. The Team Prologue. It started with an idea tossed across a group chat like a coin in a fountain. We should all get away this weekend, the text said. The text was simple, it was careless, but it stuck. Not because it was original, but because everyone felt it was perfect timing. Get away from the mundane daily life and need to step out of traffic, meetings, phone screens, and a constant half-listening. Ethan was the one who made it happen. He always did. Maya didn't understand why he pushed for the friendship so much. But while everyone rested, he floated on suggestions. In the text stream, he appeared stating, beach house, ? Ski trip, ? Or maybe city and hotel spa getaway, ? As he did so, he quietly scrolled through listings while he was at work. Maybe it was an escapism kind of thing. He wanted to find the best chance for all of them to get together. And so when the majority of them concluded on a ski trip, his cursor at that ungodly hour in the middle of the night or the wee hours of the morning, his cursor hovered over cabins and lodges. He measured prices against distance, convenience against charm. And when he landed on an A-frame at the base of a mountain, his cursor paused. It wasn't the highest, flashiest, or most remote cabin, but it was reachable, steady, and practical. A place that promised escape without promising disaster. He booked it that night, and he told Maya the next morning. Maya saw the decision for what it was, Ethan's compromise between control and surrender. She didn't argue with him. Instead, she imagined the way the mountains would look at the base, looming, patient, waiting. She began to sketch them in the margins of her work notes, weeks away from being there. Jordan treated the trip like a competition between him and everyone else. He sent photos of hiking boots, made jokes about bear spray, and he told Camille, his partner, she better train her legs for a summit season. Camille smiled at that notion, but said little, her thoughts private. She knew Jordan's laughter often ran ahead of himself, faster than he could walk. Lucas accepted with a brief message, count us in, but it was Harper who immediately drafted a list. Hikes they should take, recipes they should cook, photos they should capture. She saw the trip as another project to execute, another narrative to shape them. Lucas let her. He was good at just letting her be her. Noah hesitated, but Elise didn't. Her eyes came fast, followed by a string of questions about self-service outlets, grocery shopping. Noah said nothing for a while and eventually agreed as he saw Elise planning the trip out already in her mind. Unmistakable by his silence, there was no doubt this was his habit. Months passed quickly, and so arrived the date that they would all go up to the cabin. Between that time, work filled the space between and before the trip. But as it grew, illuminated, they couldn't hold their breath anymore. Each couple didn't have to imagine anymore. They were going to be there. For Ethan, it was a chance to prove he could plan something that wasn't work, something that wasn't measured by success or failure, but something for fun. For Maya, it was a sketchbook waiting to be filled, being the artist. For Jordan, it was a stage. For Camille, it was a mirror. For Harper, it was control. For Lucas, it was surrender. For Elise, it was connection. For Noah, he would remain in silence. Each individual packed their bags on a Friday, each of them telling themselves some version of the same lie. The weekend would be simple, fun. Just time with friends. What could happen at a cabin? What could happen in the mountains? But the truth about the mountain is that they rarely stay in the background. Even at the base, they meant to be noticed. They rise and they're movable, shaping the light, changing the air. And the truth about the 8 people in one cabin is that nothing stays the same. Nothing stays buried for too long at least. It all comes out on the weekend getaway in the mountains.